All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. I will say this is a lovely, lovely Sabbath morning in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I have my little specialty here. Um, it's a time clock. And when I start, I'm going to start setting it for a half an hour, 30 minutes, and not be on here 3 hour, 3 hours in vanity, mean worthless. So I'm going to set my clock now, my little, for my 30 minutes. I will not update when I go on live. I'm just going to pull up like I'm pulling up. I'm going to cover this morning. I'm going to cover Revelation chapter 5 because I believe um, uh, it is needed in this day and time. Let me just put it like that. The Father shared many things with me this morning, this early morning, and I just decided to. That's why I'm here live. I'm like, okay, I get it. And from now on, I'm going to rumble in that way. At least give me the strength to endure what you put on my heart to do. Out of obedience to the Most High Yah, I want to follow the ways in which He is leading me. And the chapter of Revelation, we're going into Revelation chapter 5. And in Revelation chapter 5, I'm going to show you how, grab this here, Yeshua uh, 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 is on a different, Yeshua is not what the world have made him to be. That's why I say I don't bother people by cause they want to call him Jesus. What happens is it's not that they call him Jesus. It's the fact that they worshiping an entity that in their hearts is rooted that he appeared as what they see him to be, what they were told he is and he was, and who he appeared to be in their own nation or in their own belief or the way they came up. They came up through generation believing this, just as Israel and Judah. The Father placed them in a place for 400 years, and still today they don't even know who they are. So should we blame people because they don't know who Yeshua is, being melanated or European or whatever? We first and foremost have to understand Yeshua in the spirit realm. And when you understand him not in the spirit realm, that is nothing you can understand in the natural. Even if you call his name Yeshua, you can call him whatever you want. It does not bring you to the fullness of who he is and what he stands for. I think one of the biggest things missing in the world today is understanding the Son and understanding the Father. Another big thing is that power. And we're going to cover some of that. So I hope I don't do too much talking, even though a lot of my talking have power. And that I do know, because what I can do is I can bring people into today what was yesterday. And what do you mean, Deborah? And that yesterday for me don't mean the New Testament. Yesterday for me means the kingdom. Okay. See, I believe that the kingdom holds all things on the earth. We are beholding the things that the kingdom had in the kingdom and still in the kingdom, because he that created all things on the earth holds all things in which he created in the kingdom in him. So therefore I still look to the kingdom for what I see on the earth, what I believe is going on not believe, and what I see on the earth, and what I learned on the earth, and what I'm beholding, the same as seeing. I never give that glory and that honor to the earth. I want to rest it in the bosom of the Most High Yah. And that's why I always wondered throughout my life, why was I taught what took place before the foundation of the world? Now that I'm 63, I feel really good about understanding it, because it gave me a bigger light to walk in this darkness today. Yesterday gave me a bigger light as a little girl to walk in this darkness today. And I give all glory and honor to the Most High Yah. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful for being one that He has chosen in this day and time to speak spirit and truth. Why? Because 63 years old, I've been on this devil platform for 6 years, and I have not heard anyone teach it the way that I teach it. So I want to stick to spirit and truth, because I know that as a young girl, and even as a little girl, things that He was telling me from the kingdom level. And 63 now, and I can tell you and I can share with you the things that he have taught me, and He has shown me and revealed to me. And it matching today. It ain't matching something that was not. It's matching today. So let's stick to that Revelation chapter 5. And we're going to stick to Revelation chapter 5, because I'm going to do something really awesome. I'm going to bring Yeshua, which is the Son of Man, but I'm going to leave Him as Yeshua, because in the spirit, many people call Him Jesus. To me, He could be either or. Why? Because He's a spirit. You see, and when I say it's not what you called Him in the form of Him being Yeshua or Him being Jesus, it's what you see Him to have been. And if they put a white face on, if they put a melanated face on the face of their Jesus from now on, guess what? Every melanated person would accept it then. They wouldn't care about the name Jesus. They would accept it because it's got the face that relates to them. We can't come into the realm like that. We can't come into the realm why do you think so much crime happened in our community and amongst us as a people? It's because we embrace it. We make it right. We embrace it. We love on it. We accept it, and we whoop and holler somebody else in another nation doing something to us, because we don't want to face what we're doing to each other. Hello. You see? So I, Sister Deborah, want to step into Revelation, because what I was reading, which I was trying to do a little like a 10 or 15 minute message, and I found myself in Revelation. I said, you know what? I'm going to go and bump this here. I'm going to go and put this out. Revelation chapter 5. Let's go there. And what I'm going to show you is how lost the people are today. And yet they trying to battle a name. They trying to battle a nationality. But I'm going to show you in the kingdom, Yah is not pinpointing nationality on His throne. He's on His righteousness, His power. He's not hung up with all this trash we are hung up on this earth with. And I'm going to show you how nothing is hidden. Everything is on the table. But do you think people going to look at what's on the table and say, wait a minute, I had it wrong. I got it wrong. I misunderstood. No, they're not. Because they have taught you lies. They've been deceiving you. It's no way they're going to turn down the money now. Because that's what it's all about. It's not about bringing you righteous. It's not about bringing you truth. It's not giving you spirit and truth. They don't care about no spirit and truth. It's about giving you that which going to cause them subscribers and likes. And people can look at them as the God sent individual. Okay. So I'm on my timer, and let me get rolling. Revelation chapter 5 and verse 1. And this is how the Ruach has taught me. And I feel so different because when it teaches me, it don't allow me to, like a lot of people say, a precept here, a precept line, a little here, a little here. The Ruach don't teach me that way. Since I was a little girl, he never taught me that way. If he gets me somewhere, he now sit your butt down. Now, do you understand it? Oh, you don't? Okay, it's this. This is what it's saying. He don't take me to verse, to verse, to verse, to verse, a little here, a little there. No. You don't need to go there until you learn where you're at. Before you know where you're going, know where you're at. So I'm gonna teach this message in that same form. Revelation chapter 5, verse 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. 7 seals. Now there is a book that's somewhere in the right hand. Who is it in the right hand? The throne of the Most High Yah. Yah himself. Holding the book. Notice it wants you to understand, because I already know about it. He wants you to understand the right hand is his power. The right hand is his beloved. The right hand is the Son of Yah. The right hand is Christ. The right hand is who he is. He created everything on the earth with his right hand. Genesis chapter 1, he is the word. And when that word spoke, the power of his right hand brought all things forth. That's why he was saying, let us. Us is his own right hand. His beloved became his beloved when he decided to make his power, which is his right hand, a son, a beloved son, a only begotten son. We know he got many sons. But what is this deal with his only begotten? Meaning his only right hand. He's going to send down with the Son of Man. So here he is on his throne with what? All power. Father, you better cut that out. I wouldn't have said it like that, but I had to put it like that. Revelation chapter 5. And I saw in the right hand in all power, oh my God, him that sat on the throne, a book. So here it is a book with a seal on the backside with 7 seals on the backside of the book. Verse 2. And I saw a strong, see, we got strong ones in the kingdom. We got weak ones in the kingdom too. But all of it makes up the kingdom in the eyes of Yah. That's just like on the earth. You got some that has it and some that don't. But in Yah, and that's in the body of Hamashiach, that's in the body of Christ. You got some saints that's strong and you got some that weak. Guess what? Those strong, that's the saints that are strong, we need the weak. We need the weak. We can't survive without the weak. And the weak need the strong. They can't survive without the strong. We need each other. That's why he put us under the power, which is Christ. The body of Hamashiach. Okay? So here it is in verse 2. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice. And I'm saying strong to let you know in the heaven. That's an angel that's strong in the heaven. Okay? He had a loud voice. Okay? But I was trying to show you how the kingdom got the both. I don't know why we clowning down here, trying to make our calling greater than somebody else's calling. Do you? But make sure when you do you and do your purpose and do your calling, make sure it's covered from head to toe in spirit and truth. And you ain't going to find too many doing that. They're going to make sure it's covered by the words in which they understand in the book. But see, Yah is beyond this book. If you can't pull that bad boy up in spirit and truth, you need to sit down. How about that? Okay. And it says in verse 2, and I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof. Now they in heaven. Now this is John telling you what the experience was like. All of them, watch who was there. Verse 3, and no man in heavens nor in the earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. Verse 4, and I wept. Now you notice this, nobody was able to take that book out of that hand that had the power. No one. And this is what John is experiencing in the vision in which he was in the dream or vision in the kingdom. Watch this here, verse 4. And I wept much because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look therein. So what is going on? That book is still in that power, in that right hand power. So here it is in verse 5. It says, and no one of the elders said unto me. Now this is John. What you weeping for? Because it's nobody here, Deborah. All these that's here, they ain't not one is able to grip the book out of he that has the power, which is the right hand. He that's on the throne, the Most High Yah. And he's weeping for the fact that, you mean out of all these that's here in the kingdom, nobody can he's handing the book to somebody, but nobody can get it and open the seals. So John said in verse 5, and one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has prevailed to open the book and loose the 7 seals thereof. Now I want you to go back to that 5. This is why I think it's very, very, very unjust for Judah to claim to be the lion. I think they don't understand what the lion is. Look in Revelation, you see that lion name is capitalized. That's a power of label, a label on this individual who has earned the position or the name that is capitalized as lion. You go to Genesis chapter 49 and you hear the type of lion that Jacob said Judah was. You'll wonder what these men are out here proclaiming. They're the tribe of Judah. They're the lion. We the king of you ain't the king of nothing. Okay, so this here gives John the whole overall. This angel told John, wait a minute, hold up, bro. Don't be weeping. Behold, the lion. This is the true lion, you guys, of Israel. We only have one lion of Israel that can stand up on our behalf. All this other clowning and these shirts and these earrings and these things around their neck claiming the lion, sit down somewhere. You need to understand this lion right here. You need to come to some understanding of who this lion is in Revelation. That's capitalized and worthy to be called the Lion of Judah. And that's the part I want to also talk about Yeshua. We never gave him the honor that was really due him. We never, ever, 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 ever did in these 400 years gave Yeshua the credit that's due him, even to today. We claim this logo of the lion, but we applying it to us. Let's pull up with this lion, and see really who he is. And I like the way it explained to you, because this angel told him to don't weep. He told John, don't weep. Why? Because the angel already knew that we had a top dog in the kingdom. See, the angel already knew we had a top dog in the kingdom, He knew that. Okay. And what did he say? And he said, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. He's the true lion, y'all. We can't even include ourselves as the lion. And then when we do, we take away from who he is and who he was and all that he have done. We didn't give him the glory that was due him. But I just thank the Father for giving to him in the kingdom. I really do. I thank the Father for giving Yeshua the glory that every last one of us of the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah reject and refuse to give in this day and time. We should have been teaching that. We should have been manifesting that. We should have been giving glory to that. Honestly, recognizing. But what happened, the reason why we as Israel and especially Judah won't put him or honor him is because we are grabbing the honor ourselves. We want the glory for ourselves. We want the honor for ourselves. We want somebody on this earth to think that we are the lion. We want somebody on this earth that we think that we all that and all that, and we do praise, we do honor, we do glory. And then the Father sits on the throne and say, well, wait a minute, hold up. 400 years I gave you, and you still don't know who you are. First identity of knowing who you are is to know who you really are. Not who you want to say you are, who you want to think you are, and who you want to feel you are. To own up. You can't even go before the throne and repent until you own yourself. You know what? I'm showing you how deep it is. He said that when you repent for your forefather. Why are we repenting for what our forefathers did? That was them. I need to repent for me. No, that shows you that even our repent is not worthy to go before Yah. Because we still thinking it's about us as an individual and don't understand. You can't repent and bring your repent to the throne and you don't know you. That's how powerful it is, you guys, to know who you are while you worrying about who somebody else is and is not. Because that's the whole purpose of judging thyself daily, to know who you are, not your neighbors, not this person, that person at your job. This, know who you are. This is a gift in itself. Because once you're able to judge yourself daily, you can go out there to judge your neighborhood, your community, your state, your city, your country, the world. Can you judge? Because you have righteously judged yourself. Something 99.15 billion will not. They will judge Sister Deborah before they judge themselves. Not understanding. Look in the mirror, baby. Judge your ugly self first. And you start from your outside in and your in and your inside out. And keep judging yourself from the outside in and the inside out. Go ahead on, Deborah. Revelation chapter 5, verse 5. And one of the elders said unto John, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. See, he's the Lion of the tribe. He came out of Judah. Okay. The root of David have prevailed to open the book and to loose the seals thereof. Now watch this here. I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is showing me. It ain't showing me. I already knew it, but it's allowing me to break it down to the Lord of the lowest. And that's what something else the Father told me about a couple of years ago. He said, Deborah, you pulling up some real good parables. You pulling up some real good, because what I did, I swing the spirit and truth in with some parables so that people can really get it in the light. You see what I'm saying? But right here, watch what happened. Verse 6, we in Revelation chapter 5 and verse 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the four beasts, in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as if it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are this lamb having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are they his? No. The 7 spirits of Yah sent forth unto all the earth. See, a lot of people didn't know the Son of Yah, not the Son of Man, really exists. He's still 10 toes up and 10 toes down toward righteous. He was all about righteous. He did an excellent, perfect job coming down here and explaining everything by his own suffering and his action, just as Melchizedek did. Same thing. Through their suffering, their patience, their endurance, you see, they proved themselves to be who they were. You see, nobody today wants to walk in the footprints, the footsteps of the Son of Man, even though that's the only man Yah allowed to be on the earth that we were to mimic. We were to mimic his footsteps. That's why he came also, not just for the blood sacrifice, but also to show us how to stay in tune with the Most High Yah. Okay? Now, or how to walk righteous, upright, just. Okay? You won't find a man on this earth that'll preach to you the walk of Yeshua was for us to mimic and walk therein. They won't teach you that. They won't preach that to you. Why? Because they are nowhere near it. If Yeshua had to show our people 10 ways, we ain't even caught up with the first way. That's how far from this lion these men are close to. But yet they want to claim it and name it, but have no role in mimicking the Lion of Judah. So here I see that it's telling you all about the spirits. The spirits, watch this here. The lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Yah. The 7 spirits of Yah sent forth unto all the earth. See, this is what they didn't know, that Yeshua, the Son of Man, came down with. See, they thinking that it was him himself with this power, this authority, this swag that he had. No, baby, you didn't know the Son of Yah came down with him to support and to carry him to the slaughter was the Son of Yah. Because that what was holding the power. Christ was the one holding the power. The Word and the Spirit of Yah. It was found in the Son of Yah. And Yeshua, which the world called Jesus, was the Son of Man. He was the Lamb. But Yah allowed him to come down here with what it just said. The 7 spirits, you guys. And you never knew it because you never did your deep study. It ain't even no deep study. You never really had the right heart of light to teach the people in spirit and truth with the light in your right hand. No, you're going to teach them the precepts, the line, and the little here of this book and slam this book in their head because you have mastered how to swing it and you swing in the book without any spirit and truth. Because every one of you out there, you pull up on this sister, you're going to get beat down in spirit and truth. You can pull up every verse in this Bible. And when I pull up with spirit and truth, it'll knock every word you pull up right back down where it belongs. Because the word is powerful than your words. And that's what you're reading. That's what you're battling people with. That's what you think that made you get on the top ladder of where you at. You think this book, because you have mastered how to swing it like the Roman Catholics. All these people, even the atheists, can master this book and break it down to y'all in their way. If you got a million different denominations coming out of one book, what do that tell you? Who are you? You got to come out the Ruach with this thing. And the Ruach ain't you, it's the Ruach in you, which is the Ruach HaKodesh. If you can't pull up with that, which the world might call the Holy Spirit or the Holy Ghost, pull up. We the same. We the same. See, they want to pull up with the book. I pull up in the spirit. So y'all can sit down with that clown mess. And that's the way he orchestrated. He knew Deborah. He knew Deborah. He knew that when the words hit in this book for them to study, they're going to use it to execute people. Just to get them down to the lower level because they have mastered the book to the highest level and have called it meat. When I'm going to call the Ruach what it is the I am. That means he can be whatever he want to be and when he want and how. Let's continue. In Revelation chapter 7, it says, and he came and took the book out of the right hand. Do y'all understand that? No, you don't. The right hand is the power of Yah, you guys. That's that same right hand that was controlling that same right hand when the word spoke what he wanted. The power of his right hand brought it forth. This same right hand that was in Genesis chapter 1 that you never knew, because you never knew it was the power of the Father's right hand, which is all power in the heavens and on the earth and beneath the earth and all above the heavens. It's Yah's power. It's his right hand that created everything. When the word of who he is spoke it, his power brought it all forth. And we miss the power of the right hand of the Father. Way back in Genesis. That's why we don't understand what's going on today in the world today. We're denied. We have fully 100. Woo-wee! I'm going to give it a little more. I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it. We have 100% forsaken the power of he that sits on the throne. Now he's holding this book in his right hand. Praise the mighty Yah. What is he saying? I'm holding all things in this right hand, Deborah. And who's finna pull it up? The Son of Man. Born of the flesh. But it's his spirit in the kingdom that is about to take the book out of the power. Why do you think John got up there and would start crying? Weeping. Nobody can take that. You better not mess with that book in that right hand. That's all power. So the only one can get that is the Lion of Judah. He's, verse 7, and he came and took the book out of the what? The power, which is the right hand of the Father. Of him that sat on the throne. Now you see right there, this is what's sad. What they did here is they put them so together to form their denomination, their belief, their interpretation, their understanding, their wisdom, and their knowledge. And y'all say, hands off, let them go. Go for what you know. All this time, they never knew the truth. They never knew that Yeshua was the Lamb. He was slaughtered up before the foundation of the world. That was in the kingdom. The mission was completed in the kingdom. So when he got to the earth, it had to be what? Performed. And when he got down here being the Lamb, being slaughtered, who would take him to the... Who will take the Lamb to the slaughter? Who will take the Lamb to the slaughter? The Son of Yah, which is Christ, which is Yah's power, spirit, and word. It was Christ, the beloved Son that he created by his right hand. It held his power, his word, and his spirit. It had the lamb wrapped around. The lamb was slaughtered, and Yah took him to the altar to be crucified. That's who he was talking to, you people. Take away this bitter cup, not my will. Oh, but thy will be done. He was taking him, he was speaking to the one that had him wrapped around his shoulder, taking him to be slaughtered. So just imagine the Son of Yah, Christ, the beloved, standing at the cross for the crucifixion. And all of a sudden, the Son of Man says to the Son of Yah, why have you forsaken me? Here it is again, right here. Separating the Son of Man, which is in the kingdom now, on the right hand of the Father. The right hand means the power, a throne next to the power, waiting for the power to usher his next mission. And the Father is the throne itself. So here the Son taking the book out of the hand of he, the right hand of he. And who is the right hand? It's the power of the Father. 99 times 15 billion have no idea what I'm talking about. And it's good. It's perfect because it matches the narrow gate. Deborah, very few shall find therein. You ain't gonna find your way. It ain't meant for you to find your way. That's the purpose of me saying why, Yah, oh why? Because I was truly trying to find out, well, why was all this chaos? Why was not just the chaos, the evil and the wicked, the good, or everything? Why was it all created? What went on that it had to be the way that it is? You know, you can control it all, even that which is in the kingdom. So that's what I was wanting until he told me it is written. It's like a book. Someone write a book and they have it of their whole life. They send it and sell it. Sometimes they wish they can go back and look at the book and say, oh man, I would have took this out. I think I would have left this out. I would have did this. But he said he is the word. And he ain't coming back void. All right. All right. So let me get to this one here. Verse 7. Now you see where the line of Judah is separate from the Father himself that's on the throne. Hold up. Okay, now you see it plainly as you could see it. You see right in Revelation chapter 5 and verse 7. You see two entities. What happened along the line that Yah gave us 400 years, and we are more blind than we were before we even got over here. And yet we said we awakened. And I'm not just saying the 92 who don't know who they are. I'm talking about the other 7%, 7 to 8% that's running around here talking about they awaken. What are you awakened to? Stupidity? Because you ain't awakened to nothing else. That's spirit and truth. You ain't awakened to the light. Because right here, it's still telling you when you finish. But now they want to open up these churches and teach, preach, travel, and minister and do all this stuff and still don't know who's who and what's what. But don't think heaven didn't have it wrote in. He had it wrote in that these people will conduct themselves in the way that they're conducting themselves in the name of a dollar. First and foremost, I want to lay that on the table. Okay? Because the name of a dollar is causing people to teach people what they want to teach them that they're comfortable with because they have mastered a book. People use their intellect and their degree and their education and how they have studied the book in the flesh to master it, to come back to travel, to teach you what it says and let you know if you don't understand the book, You don't understand this King James word, then you out of pocket. No, you out of pocket day and night. You ain't been in the pocket because you ain't been in spirit and truth. The truth be told, you have to understand who the Messiah is in its form. It's nothing wrong, but everything right to understand. You cannot understand the Redeemer. You cannot understand salvation. You cannot understand redeem. You cannot understand sanctification. You cannot understand holy. You can't understand nothing without understanding the two that came down as one, went back as two, and still sitting there looking at y'all, not knowing the difference from who's who and what's what. Y'all busy down here want to make him a melanated. Oh, he's a that's in the flesh, you guys. That's people who teach from the level of the flesh. Pull up in the spirit realm and you'll realize, wait a minute, y'all. What is a spirit? Ask the Most High. Tell you what you do. If you think you so tough and you so bad and you so rooted in this book, go to the Father, and most likely he won't answer you. I know he won't, because he don't answer you on nothing. You answer yourself. Okay? Because the truth be told, he'll send a spirit to you and let you know, check, you had it wrong. That's what check means. You need to check that out. You had it wrong. A spirit, everybody just about can tell you, oh, what, even if they ain't never seen a spirit, they got their own mindset set in what a spirit look like. When you got to understand, if he don't deal with the flesh, Father said, you can't worship me with the flesh or in the flesh. You can't worship me with the flesh. So what is that telling you? You got to kick the flesh out the way and deal with him with the spirit. But no, you don't want to do that. You think because you can master this book and you done broke it down that you can conquer any and everybody and call this book meat. Yeah, it's meat to your flesh. That bread you eat for your flesh. That you don't live alone because you got a spirit in you that needs some food too. Now, how you gonna feed them that? You can't. Too many people on the outside teaching people. It's no one. I mean, I sit back and I search. Y'all probably think, well, what are you searching for? I'm searching for the body of Hamashiach, the oneness in the power of who Christ is, the head. Let me go and get into this. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 7, you see where the Son, the Lion of Judah, come and take the book out of the hand of the right hand. And once you read Genesis chapter 1, you know who the right hand is. But 99.9 has lost. Now, they ain't lost. He ain't said they lost. He said they never had, nor do they want. Once a person, let me explain to y'all. Once a person has read this book both ways, back and front, front to back. Once they have read many other books and they have mastered it to be all the meat of who they are. These are people lost with the cause and without. Because they give the credit to their words in which they know how to sling and speak and articulate and how to say it this way and to say it this way to feed the flesh of those who live by their flesh. Not understanding, you ain't pulling up nothing in spirit and truth when you finish. Because you got to break this thing down in spirit and truth. Let's see what I'm going to show. Let me show you what I'm saying. When you look at Revelation chapter 5 and you see verse 7, and it says he came, and then I'm like saying, hold up. This is how the Ruach taught me. Don't you move. Don't move. Don't blink. Don't move. Now, this is when I was young, y'all. I couldn't do like y'all do. Read something and grab another precept in a line and a little here and master this and master that. Eat this meat and eat this meat out of this book. He said, stand still. Don't move. So if I was in verse 7 and the Ruach was teaching me, he said, first thing he'll say, okay, you see where it says, and he. Tell me who is he. See, I couldn't get away with it like y'all. I couldn't learn it like y'all learned it. That's why I don't stand in the midst of you, all around you, on your left and your right. He wouldn't let me out. I couldn't get out of a chapter. I couldn't get out of verse 7 until I tell him who is he. So when I get to verse 7, it says, and he came. Then here it is. Wait a minute, hold up. Now, what do it mean, Deborah, when he said, now that you know who he is, when it said he came? What would that mean, Deborah? See, I can't get out of a verse. I can't get out of a chapter just because I'm flesh and I can read, or I read it and feel I can perceive what it's saying, and I can go here and go here and go here and go here and come out into the world and start teaching them. I'm not like you. He's not going to allow me to come before you and teach you half-cocked. He will stop. I'm showing you how he taught me. I was 4 years old since he's been dealing with me, okay? Now, this sister didn't know anything but Tothee, the 2 a stuff like that. I didn't know nothing else at 4 years old, but I thought I was reading. Honey, nobody. My mother tell you I had about probably 6 or 7 Bibles in my room, and they were under my bed too. I had 2 Bibles under my bed. This was my food, y'all, as a baby, as 4 years old. Don't come messing with me. So I'm like saying to you all, when I see Revelation chapter 5 and verse 7, I'm trying to show you how I couldn't get out of it until I'm able to master the understanding in the spirit. While y'all clowns are out there reading, boy, baby, taking precepts and line and little here and little there. Oh, we got it. We can teach somebody. We can preach somebody. And that's why you got the world booming like it is, in wicked and evil and deceiving the mass. Because nobody sat down long enough to shut your mouth and sit under the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the spirit of Yah, to teach you. Because that's how he teaches. So as I would get into Revelation chapter 5 and verse 7, he would say, now what do Cain mean? Now, is these the world? If this is the American English? Yes. But y'all didn't care. He wanted me to understand it the way I was reading it, and then he'll climb on top of it in the spirit realm. That's how I was taught. So I don't know what y'all talking about. So just because it's pronounced or put here in the English, y'all take me to another realm in the spirit and give me the fullness. Now it says, and he came. First of all, he will stop me with Cain. Then he'll say, and took the book. Now, when it says took, Deborah, what did he, the Lion of Judah, do when he approached that came, Deborah? That's how he broke things down to me, you guys. He didn't leave me half-cocked. And half-cocked is when you take this book and read it in English and take it and swing it in Hebrew and Greek and all this other mess and not have no spirit in you that's going to do the real throw-down teaching. That's the real teacher. The real teacher is the Ruach of the Most High Yah. So this is why Sister Deborah knows this same right hand was the same right hand in Genesis chapter 1 that created all things, because he is the word and the word is him. And when he spoke the word, all power brought everything that the word spoke to forth. So this is the same. Except the Lion of Judah had no part in it. The Lion of Judah was slaughtered before the foundation for the mission of the sacrifice only. But we need to give him glory and honor because he showed us the righteous way to walk. He showed us how to do it in just. He showed us how to grip the hem of Yah's garment and ride it on it. Not nan one would do that because they think they got to do it their way. The way they feel it, the way they think it. So here we are in Revelation chapter 7. The only way I can break it down is in the spirit realm in which it has taught me. I can't come no other way. I won't go no other way. And if I run up on a rock or if I run up on a hole, guess what? Yah comes and he said, okay, wait a minute, that hole is there in front of you. You ran over it. Wait a minute, let's just back that thing up and bring it down. Meaning, come on, we finna get this thing right. That's the one I serve. Why would he be greater in me if I have not had the sense in me, in my flesh, to let him be as great as he can be in me. Because I know I ain't nothing. I let him be who he is. I have shut. You hear me how I talk? And I talk. I don't go around bothering nobody, y'all. Y'all wouldn't even believe that. I don't go around arguing and fussing with nobody. I mind my own business. I say every job I met, I didn't have nobody there. I was hanging around being free. I stuck to myself. In my community, I don't bother them. I don't say nothing to them, and they don't say nothing to me. I live. I know the light that's in me. He tells me about things that's all around me, even every last one of y'all that pull up on my live. If I sat here and watch and talk to y'all all the time, I'm talking, say for instance, right now, if I look over to the live chat and I see each individual, I'm seeing you based on the color picture on the side, based on your name, like one says Beverly. I can look at that and I can tell a lot about you. Not based on your name, but based on the ruach that's in me that have given me the ability to have that gift. Because my journey required me to know what's on my left and my right, what's on my left and on my right. What's in front of me and what's in back of me is him. But he lets me know. That's why when I go to the church, I had to take the back wall. I will go to the back wall because when I go up front or go in the middle or in the center, I can discern everything about people. I'm sitting there and it's saying, and that lady just had an argument with her son. She left him. He was supposed to come with her. And I'm like, stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? And here I am. If I sit up front, this is what I'm hearing. The pastor come out, I already know what he gonna teach. He come out and began to preach. And this one lady that I took in that was homeless, she was from Ohio. She lived with me for about 7 months. And I helped her mend her relationship with her mother. I don't know how somebody can mend that in that way, but only way I knew is to hook her to the Most High Yah and let him do it. And she went back home. I think Linda had to been like 49. She went back home, but she said, Deborah, I don't care what you say. I know you got a relationship with the pastor. I said, girl, with all these babies and a husband at home, what relationship would you think I have? She said, it's impossible for you to know what he's going to preach. Because when me and her would go to church, I tell her exactly what he's going to preach. And guess what? He preached that bad boy. So just imagine, that's why I go to the back wall. So I don't have to have nobody in the back or many people not back there where it's less people. So I'm not discerning everybody, knowing all of this and all of that. When someone get up to shout or speak in tongue, I can already understand what they saying. Oh, sit down. Satan, sit your butt down. Stop clowning. Do I say that? No, I'm just telling you who I was on the back row. So if you think for right now, being 63, it's time for me to play patty cake with a bunch of people who comes to be not really to know the Father, but to just know something. Honey, it's more than just, he's more than something. Here in Revelation chapter 5 and verse 7, it's showing you separating the Son from the Father. It's showing you right here. And how would you teach? This verse alone shows you that there's a separate entity from the Son and the Father. But being separate in Yah, he has had it right in him, his bosom, in his spiritual heart. We are all one. And that's how the Son is. So when you understand the body of Hamashiach and the head is Christ, why ain't the head Yeshua? You know why the head ain't Yeshua? Because Yeshua is not the power. So Yah in his power created a body. He created it by Christ, which is his right hand, which is his power. And all of us as saints are in the body of Hamashiach. He knows what he did. He did it in the kingdom. And then he wrote us in the book of life. So we just down here clowning. And I told you, I tell that to y'all all the time. You can clown all you want. All you want. Nobody is concerned about eternal life. And you know what? Another thing that no one's concerned about, the fruit of the spirits. They don't want the works of the Spirit. They don't want the fruits of the Spirit. Or you all out ministering to people, or you all out telling the people all the things that you're coming to know yourself. You don't have to be a pastor. You don't have to be a leader. You don't have to be nothing but a child, a true servant of Yah. Are you out there giving somebody the greatest food on the face of the earth, which is spirit and truth? Truth and righteous. Are you out there doing that? How many out there can say they out there doing any of it? How many people that you speak to a day to give them the light, a pen needle or light, or spirit and truth? No, you won't give it to them. You'll quote this book and leave them right where they at. Think you done something. But the Bible said did. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. In this world, I don't need to take this book. Because greater is he that is in me than he that is in this world. So I don't need this book for this world. Because I need he that is greater than this world. Not a book. So that shows you right there how our mindset is messed up from the floor up and gone all kind of ways. Want to make sure this thing is given to us and taught to us in the way of the pleasure of our flesh. Let's go. In verse 7, here you see where they're the two entities. One that has the book, which is the power, and one is taking the book out of the hand of the wheat that have the power. Verse 8. When I get to verse 8, there it go again. And when he, see, with Yah, he won't let me get off of that. He said, now go back. Who is the he? He wants me to understand who is he that's on the throne and who is he that's taking the book out the throne. See, that's what he's wanting. He wants me to verbally make sure that I understand it in the spiritual sense, not just what I'm reading, but understanding the layout in the spirit that created everything in the natural. You have to understand everything in the spirit realm, or you'll lose it in the natural. You can't take the natural and make it spirit and then make people believe. And that's how everybody got all these churches. How many churches on every corner? One or two. How many Roman Catholic churches that's built all over your city on every corner, sitting there and been there for 20, 30, 40 years? These are churches that have misled the community for years and years and years, and then left y'all tails out there lost with the cause and without, while you're running around here trying to battle somebody with the King James Version of 1611 or with the Enoch and the lost books and the found one. You want me to tell you how lost you are? You lost with the cause and without it, because let me tell you something. It's something greater in me. That's greater than any book on the outside that you can precept line, a little here and a little there, that you can find of Enoch. See, that's what everybody, no one wants to seek that which is spirit. Everybody wants to seek the lie, which also identify that you are not of the spirit when you seek the things outside of the spirit to satisfy your flesh. Okay, now verse 8. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Why? Why is it? Why is the kingdom falling down before the Lamb? Anybody in the live chat, pull that bad boy up. See, y'all been dealing with me greatly. And that's why he constantly say, Deborah, you got a lane. Stay in your lane. Meaning, don't come out the spiritual way you talk. Don't come out the spiritual way you walk, the way you function, the way you know that I'm in you. I'm with you. I got you. You got a lane I created. Get in it. That means don't get into the ways that they want to teach and preach this thing. Somebody try to tell me what is the answer that question. And you know what? Let me show you how deep this is. That's a simple question. All it takes is a simple answer. And when people can't answer the simple question, then they're still showing you there's a lot of people that's about simple worldly mindset. Now listen to that question. Verse 8, Revelation chapter 5 and verse 8. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vial full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. Why are they bowing down to the Lamb? Before the Lamb in verse 8. Okay, nobody can answer it, can you? Nobody can answer. Simple question. He took from the power, the work of the power. He's worthy. He worthy to be honored and praised. Because now he holding something that came out of the hand, the right hand of he that hold all power. So now they see that he got this book from the hand that hold all power where they're at. And they begin to bow down to him. So it was like the transfer. He came to he that is the power, the right hand of the Father on the throne. And when the Lamb took the book out of the hand of he that has all power, now the Lamb was transferred something that has all power, that has all honor, that has all authority. It now he become worthy. You see, it was a transfer, you guys. He transferred something from the power. Let's say, for instance, to you, if y'all turned around and he come to you and he say, here, out of my right hand, I give you power. Do you know that power can do any and everything? Any and everything. And this is what has happened in the kingdom. He's showing you how all them that was in the kingdom found it worthy to bow down to the Lamb, because the Lamb, they didn't bow down to the Lamb at first when they saw him in the midst of them. Did they bow down to the Lamb then? See the mindset. This is what I'm saying. This is what the Father is saying to me. This is what I'm saying, and this is what the Father is saying to me and been saying to me throughout the years. This is how far the people are from anything righteous and true. When he came, he was in, they looked and there were the Lamb among them. They didn't fall down. Listen to this. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Let me kind of make it make sense. Let me see where is this at. Okay. Verse 5. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of Judah, the Lion of Judah, the Root of David, has prevailed to open the book, and to loose the 7 seals. Okay. Now, verse 6. And I behold, and lo, in the midst of the throne and the beast, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb. Watch this here. As if it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Yah, sent forth unto the earth. Why didn't they bow down to him when they first saw him? It was when, verse 7, when he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. Verse 8, and when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts, the 4 and 20 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. They found him worthy once he what? He took what was in the right hand. He took what was in the right hand out of the right hand of he that sits on the throne. Verse 9, and they sung a song saying, thou art worthy to take the book. See, there it is. It was all about, they weren't bowing down to him at first. They were not bowing down to the Lamb that was slaughtered at first. But look at verse 9. That's exactly, I think I kind of went ahead. Verse 9, and they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yah by the blood out of every kindred and tongues and people and nations. That I understand why nobody don't want to preach it, because it makes every nationality stand down. It makes all nationalities stand down. When they want to run around here and make Yah about their God, oh, he's my God. No, he's my God. He's our God. We are the people. We the true Jews. We the people over here. He's our God. He's got our God. Here go Revelation pulling up, and what is it saying? It's saying here in verse 9, Revelation chapter 5, verse 9. And they sung a song saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and open the seals thereof, for thou was slain and has redeemed us to Yah by the blood out of every kindred, every tongue, every people. No, wait a minute. Every tongue, every people, and every nation. Y'all got some in all over the world. And it's not just in one location. Yeah, he might have a little something more in one, but we need to get off of that trip. That's what they want to teach. That's why so many denomination and religion and belief. That's why it's all of them about a liar. Because they ain't going to tell you the truth of the whole matter is Yah got them all over. They don't want to have their religion or they cult or their belief to say all nations. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear all tongues, all people. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear, oh, we the one. Oh, no, we the one. Oh, no, we the one. And here he is telling you from beginning to the end, look, I'm the one. You see, I'm the one. That's why I love this ideal of I am. Because if you really take I am, that means I can be whatever I want to. Check. Since everybody want to make him what they want to make him, I love it. Because I understand I am, y'all. I understand it. I understand that really I am is saying, look, I can be whatever I want. I don't answer to you. Because I am. I love that. So in verse 9, so that shows you right there in Revelation, it's calling everybody that's running around here trying to clamp this Father, the Creator, into one category that fits their interpretation, that fits their belief, that fits their denomination, that fits their way of saying we the people, we the true, we the this, we the that. But all your characteristics and your actions don't match what your mouth is saying. Because your mouth is ugly and wicked. It has no spirit and truth wrapped in it. You ain't been slapped in your mouth by spirit and truth. That's where the problem is. 99.9.10 billion need to be slapped in the mouth by spirit and truth. But y'all say, hey, heaven got it created different, Deborah. And I understand that, but I'm on the earth saying. Don't know no spirit and truth, but out here teaching, thinking you teaching something. Cause you didn't master this book enough to go out and talk to millions. That don't mean nothing. Back that thing up with some spirit and truth. How about that? And when you back that bad boy up with spirit and truth, you ain't gonna be calling this book meat. You be giving the glory to where glory is due, so that the people can get the same praise and honor to the right individual. And not to you. But see, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna tell them spirit and truth, because spirit and truth ain't telling you nothing. Because it don't reside in you. It lets you be your own spirit and truth. It lets you be your own Yah. Not Yah, your own God. So here in verse 10 it says, and has made us unto our Yah kings and priests, and has made us unto our Yah kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. And we shall reign on the earth. Verse 11. And I behold, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beast, and the beasts and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and of thousands and thousands of thousands. Do y'all understand what that said to y'all? Do y'all understand? It's telling you right there. Let's say that number again. This is what's in the kingdom. Them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands and thousands. And you got your tails down here on the earth thinking y'all need you. You see how messed up people are? They really think heavens is cleared out for them. Oh, heaven's waiting for us. Oh, we all that and some. We the people. You see? We the one. We it. We this and we that. Oh, it's we the people. We did. Everybody glorifying themselves and praising themselves here on the earth. And look what's loaded in the kingdom. Praise somebody, y'all. Because we have belittled the Father. His power has been belittled to the level of our flesh. Now, his power ain't belittled. I can guarantee you that. But in our mindset, we have brought the power of Yah, the word of Yah, down to the little of the littlest, under our feet, and in our understanding, in our wisdom, in our knowledge. We have not allowed it to be really what it is, because we so busy telling everybody it's like I see it, and like I believe it, and like I interpret it, and like I precept it, like I teach it, for I know the meat of it. You don't know nothing. Because the meat ain't for everybody to chew. Everybody is not on the same level of meat. Everybody don't have meat. Because the strong is equal to the weak, and the weak is equal to the strong. That's why when he placed gifts in the body, he placed many. He put the 5-4 before to be the servant to make sure this thing get out right. But there's so many in the body of Hamashiach that's gift is greater, just as great as than those that are the 5-4. And a lot of people don't even know that. Who's over the head? Who's over the body? Christ. He's the head. He's the power. So why are we giving one more power than the other? That's why he said the in a sense he was saying, telling us that the arm can't say nothing to the leg until it's not needed, or the finger can't say nothing to the elbow. It's in there telling them that, teaching them. So as a learning tool, one can't say nothing about the other in the body of Hamashiach. So when you know you in there, you can't go around telling people, oh, you ain't in there, or you the fake one, or you the this, and you the, sit your clown tail down and find out who you are. Pretty much you ain't who you think you are, because you don't know spirit and truth. You don't know the light. And that spirit and truth and the light is in the whole body of Hamashiach. It's a standard, almost said the spine of the head of the body. We know the body ain't the church and the theaters that y'all speak at. Stop that trash. That's not the body. The body ain't in there who you talking to. People go out and travel and be speakers and talk this and talk that and trying to say who's the right, the fake, and who's the real one. And if you don't know this and you don't know that, I see how easily people are going to continue in darkness. Because those people can be talking to 1 million people in their audience, and all they talking to is darkness. Because that's still not the body. Take your tail somewhere and try to find a body. And see if you get the glory and the praise. See if you get the glory and the praise that you so seeking. You're going to get endurance and long suffering in the body. That's why they out in the world talking like they on fire. Talking like they got the word. Oh, precepting in line and making the book all that and some, and fail to realize, baby, I don't care who you talking to. That ain't the body. I'm a living witness that the body does not mean because you on this devil platform and you got 5, 10, 15, 20, 100, 200, 1 million subscribers. That means you the fool that's going through the broad gate, because the world don't love my Yah. and they don't have no standards under his righteous will. And you sitting up out there hooping and hollering because you getting the check and you getting your flesh uplifted, and you being the God to them. You being the answer to them. You being the everything. Yah don't send his prophets nor his teachers out to be the head. We only have one, and that's Hamashiach. Christ is the head. We have to make sure if we go out there, you speak spirit and truth. No, they ain't gonna want to do that because they ain't gonna get no check. People ain't gonna come out to see him. People ain't gonna come out to praise him. On this devil platform, they ain't gonna give you spirit and truth with the light in their right hand because they can't get the subscribers that way. They can't get the light. And it is written. It is written. It is written. Even in the learning book, as I showed y'all yesterday, and it went over everybody's head. Because that was a powerful message to let you know this book, it told you this book is a learning. Even though Yah had a signature in it, it was for learning. But we took the learning and made it the word. Not understanding these were words to learn. So that when the Ruach pull up, the true teacher, he can tell you what these words really meant. But we took these words and we built these platforms. We built these places we can travel and speak elegant and speak in a way that we think that y'all up be in front of us and in the back of us, we in the front and the back of ourselves in darkness. And you want me to tell you one sign, y'all, is when you get a bunch of people standing up on the stage. You get an individual standing up on the stage and everything around them is dark. Hello, check. That's when you know it's demonic. Don't, I ain't going nowhere and speak in darkness. Y'all gonna pull up them lights on every side. Matter of fact, I'm having more light than I need. Why are we in darkness teaching? Why are we in darkness preaching? Why are we in darkness ministering? That's what people do. They get paid to travel, to go here, to here, to here, to here, to here, and they stand up on the stage for their glory, for their honor, for their praise. And they make a book, the meat. Then what do you make the Ruach, the Holy Spirit? Because the Holy Spirit can't be the book. And because they have not understood in the spirit the difference. So with me, I said, why, Father? Oh, Father, why, y'all? Why they don't know that you is the word, Father? Why they don't know that? Why they don't know about your power? See, this is what I wanted. I wanted him to just, this is what I really wanted, y'all. I wanted him to break all that down in here. And you know what he say? I don't have to. For who I am and what I stand for, it is written. This is for a study guide to the flesh, so they can have something to learn. Let me get into this because it's a power punch in this here Revelation chapter 5. Now, in what do we leave off at? In verse 10, and has made us unto our Yah kings and priests, and shall reign on the earth. Verse 11, and I beheld and I heard the voice of many angels around about the throne and the beasts and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands. That's a lot, y'all. And you got y'all tails down here thinking y'all need you. You see how foolish that is? That's why that gate is narrow, y'all. Because we down here clowning thinking he need us. It's all about us. That's why that gate is narrow. See, a lot of y'all don't get that. Because you know why you don't get it? Because you think all of you gonna walk on in as you are. And no matter what nobody say, I'm not gonna hear it. I got a closed heart and a closed ear and blind eyes to what anybody else say. I'm gonna walk in the way that I desire of my flesh, and I cross that bridge when I get to it. But he want me to tell you, there won't be no bridge for you to cross. Now, right here in verse 11, what happened? Now, I'm going to say this to you so you all can understand what I'm saying. And I know you're not going to, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is how I'm taught. Now, while I'm talking to you, he's talking to me. He said, rightly divide the difference. Okay, so when he said that, he wouldn't say it to me while I'm talking to you unless he knows that I'm going to get or I'm going to grip it the way he said it. Okay, let's go back to where we were just reading in verse 11. We're going to go back to verse 11. Okay. And we're going to go back to verse 8. The Ruach wants me to show you in verse 8, it says, and he taken the book, Revelation chapter 5 and verse 8, and he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. Now watch this here in verse 8. And when he had taken the book, the four beasts, you see the four beasts? The 24 elders, they fell down before the Lamb. They fell down to do what? To worship the Lamb. Now look down at verse 11. You see the difference? In verse 11, and I beheld, now John's still looking at this. Now he sees at the same time, during the same time, he see the four beasts and the 24 elders falling down to worship the Lamb. And he's still in that same moment. Verse 11, and I beheld and heard the voice of many angels, and about the throne, the beast, you see the beasts, and the elders. Y'all don't see that, do you? Now, wonder you see it. The beast and the elders are now bowing down to the throne of the Most High Yah. Look at how they coming in numbers. Watch this here. Okay. I'm saying this and I'm saying it knowing you ain't getting it. In verse 8, it told you 4 beasts in the verse of 8. In the verse 8. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders, 24 elders, and the beast, the 4 beasts, fell down before the Lamb. They began to worship the Lamb. In the same moment, John looks up and he beheld and he heard the voice of many angels round about the throne. Again, the beasts pull up. The elders pulled up. And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and 1,000 and 1,000. What were they doing? They was around the throne, worshiping the Most High God, showing you the twos. The difference between the son, the lamb, the Lion of Judah, the lamb, being worshipped by 4 beasts, 24 elders, the lamb was worshipped. But then here go the power of Yah. It had to show up and show out, let you know. Ain't nobody gonna get glory over him and honor. You see what I'm saying? Here John is in the kingdom. He's saying, wait a minute, y'all. Look like right here, it shows you that, yeah, you can worship the Lamb. Y'all bowing down and worshiping the Lamb because something was transferred out of the power to him. But then you get to 11 and it says, and I beheld, and I heard. Now John is not only seeing, he heard many angels round about the throne, and the beasts and the elders, meaning the same one that bowed down to Yeshua, now is bowing down to he that sits on the throne. And he wants you to understand his number, okay? And he's saying the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and 1,000 of 1,000. They wasn't bowing down. That many wasn't bowing down to the Lamb. See how, you see, why? Because the Lamb cannot override the glory of he that sits on the throne. Do y'all get that? Give me a thumbs up if you get that. You see what I'm saying? So he even showed us how. I know they bowing down to him and y'all don't understand why. Because something out of my right hand was transferred to his hand. So they bowed down to recognize the power of transfer out of the right hand of the Father to the Son, to the Lamb. But he wanted to make sure that I come back to you all, bump it back up into 8 and swing it back down to 11 to show you the difference in those that was bowing down to the throne versus those that was bowing down to the Lamb. Do y'all see that? Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. There go the twos. Exactly. You see that? There go the twos. You are exactly right. That is the twos, isn't it? That's good. That's a good catch. That's a real good catch, because that is the twos. And that's how he wants us to see everything in that level. Okay, now watch where we go into verse 12. Now we in verse 12, and it says, saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive. You see how you see the two? What he's saying now. This to me. I got to clear up something when I be talking and saying that they don't know. They don't know because Yah has not implanted it in them in spirit and truth. So it ain't that they don't know, because, and then they have not even, they can't receive truth in the spirit realm unless Yah give it to them. So they can be a Bible reader, a scholar. They can wouldn't have got their degree. They can be in this thing 40 years, which a lot of people in the Christian church are actually saying. I've been in here 50, 40, 30 years. You see, and didn't know this, didn't know this, because you was in it under a man. You put all your faith, your understanding, and your whole flesh and spirit up under him to give you the things which Yah said he wanted to give you, because he wanted to live in you. And you took it and you lived among flesh and blood. And you thought that they were going to give you what spirit has to give you, and it's impossible. So I want y'all to listen to verse 12, because it's a power punch. It is what drove me to really also make sure I cover this message. Verse 12, saying with a loud, this is John, saying with a loud voice, this is what he heard. Worthy is the Lamb that was slain. Now, what slain is that? What slain is John saying that he hear, that loud voice? This is what the loud voice was saying. Worthy is the Lamb that was slain. That was the Lamb that was slain. That was the Lamb that was slain before the foundation of the world. He's speaking of that. That individual with that loud voice was saying in the kingdom where John heard him, worthy is the Lamb that was slain. He's speaking of the slain of that was in the kingdom before the foundation of the world. He's speaking of the Lamb that was slain before the kingdom, in the kingdom before the foundation of the world. Why would you say that? Now, see, there's two different lambs slaughtered, but they slaughtered to be yet the same a mission. It's standing. Heavens has wrote it up and wrote it out. But he wanted you to know that before y'all want to make it look like the lamb was slaughtered on the earth and that's a big deal, you got to first understand the lamb was slaughtered before the foundation of the world. Check. See, when you understand, that's going back to what I tell y'all. When you understand that which is in the spirit, you understand the things that are plainly seen on the earth and what has taken place and what you hear. But until we take it back to the altar, till we take it back to the kingdom, then we still lost with the cause and without one. So here it is in the kingdom. John heard a loud voice say, worthy is the Lamb that was slain. He was talking about the Lamb that was slain before the foundation of the world. And watch this. 2, meaning the Lamb was missioned to. He was missioned as a lamb, and he was to receive. Now, if the Lamb is Yah, if the Son of Man is Yah, and Yah is the Son of Man, who is this Lamb that was slain to receive? I thought he was the power. So how is he about to receive the power if he is the power? You see how the power of Yah has been done away with? Do you understand why Yah said it's over, it's finished? because there's no one going to pull up in spirit and truth and teach truth, y'all. And the truth is the light. Once that truth get in you, you go out into the world, you don't have to open your mouth. People will look at you and say, wait a minute now, it's something about you. People gonna look, people gonna know it's something about you that they are afraid of. They're gonna be fearful of you. They're gonna be afraid of you. They're gonna be afraid to talk to you. They're gonna be afraid to deal with you. They're gonna be afraid to be around you. Why? Because now the spirit of the Ruach lives in me, and in me holds the light. It's something about me that their spirit sees of me that gives their flesh the mindset to not be around me, not like me, not support me, not subscribe to me, not do anything. And that's perfect from the kingdom. That's perfect from the kingdom. Why? Because they already denied my Father on the throne. So if you denied my Father, you have denied me. So I don't have no problem with it. It's all well. It's going according to the way the Father has orchestrated it in the kingdom. Now, here it says in verse 12, chapter 5 and verse 12. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. If you got your Bibles out, highlight it and implant this in your book bag. Put this in your backpack, okay? And make sure this is a part of your food for the spirit. Here it says, John heard a loud voice. And the voice said, worthy is the Lamb that was. There go that past tense. This is why it's separating the Lamb that was and that is. See, that was represent before the foundation of the world. That is what we as human beings saw him sacrifice. Okay? See, he was sacrificed before the foundation of the world. I mean, before anything was created in the kingdom, have already orchestrated that he be sacrificed as the Lamb. But he is sacrificed on the face of the earth, so we all can see and we all can read about it and know about it. Okay, so what's in the heaven shall be on the earth. That's why we can't just take what the earth says over the heaven. It's impossible for us to understand the Most High Yah in any shape, form, and fashion when we let the earth have more dominion over the heavens. When we take on what the earth said over what the Father says. That's why Yeshua didn't have to say anything to Satan, but it is written. That's all he had to say. See, when Satan came to tempt Yeshua, all he had to say to him, it is written. Beautiful, perfect, excellent. Why? Because heaven's already got it wrote in and wrote out, bro. You're going to kick rocks. And then Satan began to use what? It is written on him. That if you fall down, that he's going to give you some angels to catch you. For it is written. So both of them, Satan and Yeshua, knows what Sister Deborah sitting here at this table today and yesterday was teaching you about it is written. But because people don't know that it is written, why wouldn't people take on it is written? Why wouldn't people embrace the fact that it is written? Because it gives the honor, the glory, the praise, the authority. Woo! And it boasts that power. It put that power on the highest. And they don't want that. They want it applied to them. So that's why they're not going to teach you it is written. Because if it's written, what the rats behind are you talking about then? That's what Yeshua was saying to Satan. Come, jump, do this, turn this into stone. And he said, no, but it's written. What are you talking about? It's written. Then he asked him to do something else. It's written. It's written. That means heaven's got it locked in that what you talking about don't mean nothing because it's written in the kingdom. Well, that's how Sister Deborah teach. I teach it to where you all can understand heaven's got it wrote in and wrote out. So it ain't nothing that Sister Deborah can come down here and force and make you and get you to believe if heavens ain't assigned you to it already. People out here clowning. Okay, so here it is in the kingdom, in the midst of John, the loud voice was explaining, worthy is the Lamb that was slain. Why is the Lamb being receiving something? And why did the Lamb get the 7 spirits of Yah? If the Lamb is and was God, why do he have to receive the 7 let me see, what was it? The 7 the 7 where did the book to open the name? Let me see it. It's the 7 spirits. Why do the lamb needs the 7 spirits of Yah? Same thing here. Why do the lamb needs to receive something if he is God? Why do he have to receive power? That's the next word, said power. The lamb was slain to receive power and richness and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessings. Wait a minute. How is the lamb needing all of this when he's supposed to be God himself? He should have all that. Going back, separating them to the twos. So when y'all saying to Sister Deborah in this day and time, it's finished because he said it can't be broke down anymore. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. It really can't. I'm a living witness. I salute the Father in that. I salute him everywhere it is. I salute him in that bad. Hey, I get it, Father. I get it. It is finished. That's why I'm not ashamed. I'm not at a standstill where I'm not going to tell you it is finished. It is finished. Because it's saying that no matter what you break down, Deborah, they ain't going to get it. It's finished. So you can go on because you're still in the race. That means you can still speak this spirit and truth. You're still in the race. You still getting rewards from the kingdom. So don't give up what you are entitled to because people don't want to see nothing in spirit and truth with the light. Because you got a lane to go in. Ask them what's their lane. Have I come and give them a lane? Have I created them a lane? So you got a lane to run in. So anytime it get to the point where you see and you feeling like I already know it's over, it's finished, go to your lane. And that lane is spiritual. It's where that comforter is. That true teacher resides. That healer, that deliverer, that power. I got that lane to go to. Because that's where my mindset is in. It's where he is at. It's all power, all authority. Oh, he's all that and some. So here you see where John began to hear the voice and it began to talk about the lamb is worthy, mean he's excellent to receive. He's in a sense not entitled. Let me see. He's worth the excellent and he's deserving of receiving the power, the riches, the wisdom, the strength, the honor, the glory, and the praise. Why? Why is he? Because Yah has chosen him to be the blood sacrifice, the lamb slaughtered before the foundation of the world, the one that sits on the right hand of Yah. Not on Yah's right hand, but on the right hand of Yah. They have to understand the difference from the right hand and sit on the right hand. Nobody sits on nobody's right hand. It's the throne that's on the right hand. Okay. So when you get to verse 13 and it says, every creature which is in heavens and on the earth and under the earth and such as are in the sea and all that are in them heard I saying, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sat upon the throne and to the Lamb forever and ever. Now, see, they didn't mess with this word so much to where in verse 13, y'all, now this is going to hit you in the stomach. And it needs to hit you in the stomach. It needs to bust your gut wide open. Because you got to be in a mindset of understanding things in the spirit realm versus in the flesh. Everybody wants to understand everything in the flesh. They don't want to understand. They don't want to take on the things that's in the spirit. Now, listen to what 13 is. 13 is another part of what I was explaining to you all that I wanted to bring this message, but I thought I can do it in a half an hour. But what I saw is that was I just couldn't because y'all wasn't gonna let me do it in that form, no way, because it's things need to be broke down. In verse 13, Revelation chapter 5 and verse 13, everyone go to 13 and you see this. Now watch this here. This is John still giving the insight. And every creature which is in the heaven and on the earth and under the earth and such as are in the sea and all that are in them heard I saying, blessings, honor, glory, and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne. You see in verse 12, all of these power, riches, wisdom, strength, honor, and glory and blessing. Who was they talking to? The Lamb. You see the difference? In verse 12 was talking about worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power, riches, wisdom, strength, honor, and glory and praise. Y'all want you to know, no matter what goes on, he's never going to allow one to get the glory, even the Son, Yeshua, to get the glory over him. He's not going to set it up from the floor up, and the heavens ain't set it up that way either. So he's showing us, if he does not allow Yeshua to get the glory over him, what makes you think he's going to let man on the earth to get the glory in which they are getting on all these platforms and these people out here going around traveling, speaking? They get the glory. He's not even giving Yeshua glory over him. Look at it. I know you missed it again. You're going to keep missing it until I break it down. Yah is actually, when you get to verse 12, you hear this loud voice that John the Baptist is hearing regarding the Lamb. It's giving the Lamb. It said the Lamb was slain to receive something. The Lamb received the power, the riches, the wisdom, the strength, and the honor, and the glory, and the blessing. There it is. Now, wait a minute. Y'all want to bump that. He want to bump it in a way that you understand. It's not the type that he's going to override him. Like he did right here in verse 8 and verse 11. He let the Lamb get the glory in 8, and he bumped it out in verse 11. Totally bumped that bad boy out. And it's a good thing, because it's a part of trying to show people that the throne is not to be played with. We shouldn't be getting that messed up. Run around here chasing, talking about his name is this. No, his name is this. No, y'all fools. You're fools. Here John is giving you the vision in the kingdom, and even how Yah got things in order. Now, where you see in 12 is where the loud voice was giving praise to who? The Lamb. In verse 13, check. Listen to what it says. And every creature which is in the heavens and on the earth. Now, they're going all deep now. He's going deep. He's going in the heavens. He's going on the earth. He's going under the earth. And such as is in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I say, blessed. Now watch this, y'all. Watch this. Blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne. Praise the mighty Yah. Just in verse 8 was the praise given to the Lamb. And then when the praise was given to he that is on the throne, which is the Father, it was much greater as 100 times 100 to him in verse 11. So I don't have no problem with you giving the Lamb the praise, but I would never allow nobody on the earth nor in the heavens to override the praise that's due me. So when y'all get your tails down here thinking you better than y'all because you got subscribers and likes and you traveling, you speaking, and everybody financial supporting you, and you making all these dollars and you doing it, you go right ahead. These are the people who consider themselves gods. They don't understand. They became the idols to the people that has always existed, that has always been something that y'all been against. Because if you look at 12, he allowed the voice to speak that the Lamb is worthy. I don't know if y'all see that. Look at it again. He allowed the voice to speak how worthy is the Lamb. Verse 13, he overrided by saying every creature which is in the heavens, on the earth, and under the earth, and as such as is in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I say, blessing and honor, glory and power unto him that sitteth upon the throne. Now what he finna say? And unto the Lamb forever and ever. You see that? He letting you know him. He took you right back to the throne. Check. It's what he said. Don't get this bit. So even when we teaching it, we got to show the people the difference from the throne of the Most High Yah and the Lamb. It's totally different. The Lamb didn't have nothing but 4 beasts and 4 and 20 elders falling down to worship him. But when it jumped down to 11, look at all of them. The whole kingdom is not the whole of them, but it got to be all of them. The whole kingdom is bowing down to the throne. The whole kingdom. All around the throne, including the same beasts and elders that was falling down before Yeshua. I mean, the Lamb. He's just trying to make it to where people can understand what we lost. We lost the idea of the throne. And what's on the throne? All power, all creation, all authority, all beginning and end, all grace and mercy. When we start placing all that back to the throne, we'll realize down here we need to shut our mouth because we don't about know what we're talking about. We putting all that authority in us. Saying when a person traveling, okay, you have to know the meat. Ain't no meat. Wait a minute. What is the meat? When y'all become meat? Now, if you want to mess around with that word of Yah and place it under the sword, then yeah. But baby, you ain't gonna mess with it and call it meat because it ain't gonna be no meat. That's for the flesh. We got to bring the spirit and truth out. That overrides the flesh. That overrides the meat in which you understand. So it says here, and the 4 beasts said, Amen. And the 4 and 20 elders fell down and worship him that liveth forever and ever. That's Yah. Letting you check, checking you again. I don't have no problem with John. John, go on, tell him the truth about how the Lamb was recognized, but make sure you put me on top. And I love it because when he pulled up with the beast and the elders in verse 11, and the number of them which 10,000 times 10,000 and 1,000 and 1,000. Oh, whoop. I said, oh, I hear you, y'all. I hear you, y'all. That was around the throne. So it override how many worship the Lamb that was in verse 8. Same thing he did with verse 12 and verse 13. He let you know. He poured out and he called the blessings. But you notice he said the glory, the honor, which when you come from verse 12, you see it says the same thing. But in verse 13, it repeats it. But it lets you know, be unto him that sits on the throne. You better recognize. Y'all better recognize. No, you don't better do nothing. Because like he said, it's over. It's finished. I'm not coming. I'm not sending nobody. And I'm not sending nothing to make people see the light. The light been down there with them. They see it or they don't. So our sister Deborah, I hope that you got something out of it. Anybody in the live chat, do you have any question regarding the message itself? Anybody have any questions? And also, I want you to tell you that verse, that chapter is a chapter you can use to separate the Son from the Father. You see? That's another one that you can use. When they run around here, say the Father and Son is the same. Now, he wants you to know that they are one in the mission. That's where they're one in. And they're one in the eternal and the one in the mission. No, they're not one in the eternal. But they are one in the mission. That's what it's okay to say. But you have to be able to know them separate to bring them into one. That's a good question. Let me tell you why. Now it says here in verse 13, she said, why did it say and the Lamb? at the end of 13. Since the Lamb got the 7th verse, got the 7 in verse 12. Got 7 in verse 12. Oh, okay. This is how. Now, don't forget now, this is man English wrote this up in here. The Ruach have to come and lever it off. So I'm going to try to explain it to where you can see it in the spiritual realm, where you can see it clear. What has happened was, after the 11, you notice verse 11, it went on telling you about all the ones that bow down at the throne. Then it also said there was a loud voice of the of one that said, "Worthy is the Lamb," and he was to receive something in the kingdom when he was sacrificed. He was to receive these here, receive power, richness, and the kingdom, the strength, the honor, and the glory, and the blessing. So it was about telling you what the Lamb, what the Father was going to give. One is the receiver and one is the giver. What can the Lamb receive from he that's given him? You get what I'm saying? So the Lamb received all these things from the one that to receive it, you have to have a giver to receive it. Okay, so the Lamb is the receiver and the Father on the throne is the giver. So it's showing you what was given to him. That's what he was slain for. So it going also when it says that was slain to, that's telling you his purpose was in the Father to receive the things that the Father gave him, which was power, riches, wisdom, strength, honor, and glory, and blessing. Here in 13, to give him all of that, you still got to recognize he that gave it and to the receiver. So he's right letting you know that those things that I gave him in 12, okay, is still what I receive, because I am the giver of that which receive it. I am the giver of the power, the riches, the wisdom, the strength, the honor, and the glory, blessings. But you notice here it says the blessings and the honor and the glory and the power. Okay, you notice it's not speaking of the strength. Remember, you don't see it saying the riches. You know, go back in the 12. You see riches. You don't see strength. Okay, and you don't see wisdom. Why? Because all that is Yah. All that is Yah. So the things that he gave him, he wanted you to know that I too, I am the giver. I'm the one that give. He's the one to receive. And every creature which is in the heavens and on the earth and under the earth and such as are in the sea and all that are in them heard I saying. See, he's telling you, I saying. The whole world heard it already. Now, see, that's the question everybody should be asking. What do you mean when you say heard I say? Saying, blessings and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne. This is one that's actually explaining to you that all of this is of the throne and is given to the throne, and the throne has this, and it is, and they said, and unto, because the giver has given it to the receiver, and that's why it says, and unto the receiver forever and ever. What did he give him? He gave him blessings, honors, glory, and power forever and ever. That's what the throne, which is the giver, gave to the receiver. And that's what he's saying. And all the and also that which had spoken with the loud voice was explaining that the earth, everything was said, it had been said to everything in the sea, everything. Why? Because the lamb that was slaughtered Yah said, remember what he said? He said, sit here on my right hand till I make that earth your footstool. So he had to prepare the earth for the receiving of the Lamb. You see what I'm saying? So when you see right here when that voice was hollering and saying, every creature which is in the heavens and in the earth and under the earth and such as are in the sea and all that are in them heard, I say, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him. Who is him? The Father on the throne that sitteth upon the throne, and to until the Lamb forever and ever. So it was that which who was speaking with a loud voice, who was allowing and pretty much doing a really good job with making sure somebody like me understand that the blessing, the honor, and glory and the power first come from the giver, which is the Most High Yah, he that sits on the throne, which a lot of people don't understand. That's why I tell y'all, the giver is what we call love down here on the earth. And it has the love that we call love can't compare to he that is the giver. Okay, because he gave these things, and these things are due him as well, that which he has given to the Lamb. Like he gave him his 7 spirits, the 7 spirits of Yah, the horns on the Lamb and the eyes is the 7 spirits of Yah. You see what I'm saying? Yah gave him everything he needed to work with, but it was coming from the throne. So don't get it bent that the Lamb have something that the throne did not issue him. Same thing with you. You as an individual, you ain't got nothing that the Father didn't see to it that you have. What you don't have is what he didn't give you. How you like him now. Any other questions? I don't know if that answered the question. It does. That does. It separates the two. And would you believe when you go into the biblical, whether you go from Genesis to Revelation, you're going to always be able to see the separation. And you're going to say, all these years, you mean I didn't never see this before. I never known that. Because when the light come in and it shine bright, it's in you forever. That's going to be on you forever. And it's going to always be something that's going to always throw up. When somebody say something, you're going to always be able to say, well, wait a minute. Now I understand. You see, and that's why he said, in all your getting, get understanding. Oh, you missed half. Yep, he's the I am. And do you see, if you say, like it's me and you say on the earth, I am, how do you finish that? How do you finish I am? I am a mother. I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am a grandmother. You know, I am an ex-wife. I am a friend. You see? Nobody can tell me that I ain't the I am of all of those. You get what I'm saying? So what we did, we take this I am and we take it real lightly, but we need to apply it to the throne. The throne has been speaking to us that he is, that I am. And we have no respect for his I am, but we have respect for I am. Like, take for instance, if you take a piece of paper and you write down I am, and you category all that you are in the sense of I am a girl, I am a female, I am a teacher, I am a mother, I am, and Yah is saying I am. All that I said I am. I'm the creator. I'm all things. And when you look at it like that, you see him to be all that and some. But because we did away with the word I am, we did away with the power, we did away with the right hand and the stretched out arm, we did away with many of things, you guys, and we still today cannot see him to be where he is. Yes, that's a good way to say it. I never thought of it like that. Completed. That's it. One says that the I am is completed. It is. It's the truth. It's like, you know, you just can't just make him what you want him to be. It's the completion of who he is. And you can't change it. You can't do nothing about it. You can't just make him what we want to make him. So I let him be what he say. It ain't that I let him. I salute him for who he is and what he want to be. I told y'all about the time I was walking. I think it was like 2 miles to go to this store. And I heard this dog barking, and I just got so furious because of that voice. It was something about that dog barking, and I'm gonna tell you how silly I am, y'all. I stopped and said, "What is wrong with him?" And I started to go in the way in which I was here. And something said, "You don't need to go that way. Don't go that way." But I'm one to figure out this dog, something wrong with him. I'm going to see what this sound that's bothering me, that this dog barking, what it's about. Later on that evening, the Father broke down to me. Be aware. I can come in many forms. I just was checking you for your spiritual hearing. And you heard it. I want you to know in life, you can hear many voices. And just like you detached that voice, you did not know the voice itself, but it was doing something to your inner man. It wasn't your outer man. That's how you have to be aware, Deborah, of the voices in the land. You have to be aware and know. But let me tell y'all, the Father told me that was him. Just checking me. Just allowing me in a way to understand the voices. I can come, he said he can come through anything and everything. And he was wanting me to understand this is how life. So when I got to the laundromat that night around about 11, it's this one man came in there. He smelled like had drink, and he came in there with his son, and he had smelled like alcohol, and he was cursing and everything else. And then while I was almost halfway through, a young couple, which he said he was a pastor and his wife was a minister. No, she was supposed to be a prophet. He said he was a pastor and his wife was a prophet. And they was there at the laundromat. And they began to talk, and I got into their conversation because they was really talking to me. Okay. And we just was talking, and we had a really good conversation. But the man that was in there was an alcoholic. He came over and he started speaking the word. And when I said the word, because his body was alcohol, he was drunk, and alcohol, you could smell it, and you can tell he was overly drunk, but yet he was there washing clothes with his son. Him and his son was like a teenager. He was like 15, and he kept yelling at his son and telling him, do this and do that. You don't want to do anything. And his son, you can tell he didn't want to help, but the father was getting him to do things anyway. So the pastor, the young pastor who said his wife was a prophet, just a young couple, I guess they had started a little church. We got to talking, and then this man that was drunk came over into the conversation, and he got to talking, and I'm listening to him. And the pastor and his wife got to using the scriptures to break him down. And they began to say that you are drunken, and look how you cursing, and look how you treating your son. And they got to saying things to him that they should not have been saying. And the first thing I said, now see, why you trying to judge them? Y'all sitting here, you say you a pastor, and you say you a prophet. You trying to judge this man. Have you thought to hear what he's saying? Can you hear behind what he's saying? Everything he said, is it not true? And that pastor and his wife looked at each other, but he drunk. It don't matter. Do you know that pastor and that his wife was supposed to be a prophet? They understood every word. I just broke it down, y'all. I broke it down as low as I could. When they finished, they said, ma'am, you are so right. And they repent to that man. And out of nowhere, I don't know how that happened. He started to act like he wasn't even drunk anymore. But I was telling the men, you know what I was telling that pastor and his wife that made them really catch it? Want me to tell y'all? Remember when I first started off, I was coming down the street that same day, going to the store, and it was like 2 miles. It was like a 2-mile walk. And I heard a dog bark, and the dog was sounding furious. And I couldn't stand that sound. I was like, something wrong with him. Who's doing something to that dog? Let me go see where that dog is at. I mean, why my mind? I normally wouldn't do stuff like that, but I found myself really geared into this dog barking. That's what it was all about. He knew I would meet up on these people that night at the laundromat. And just because that man is drunk, don't mean you can't hear what Yah is saying through him. You see what I'm saying? And that was just like the dog barking. So I began to share with them what I'm sharing with you. Earlier today, I was walking. That's what I told that pastor and his wife, who's supposed to be an prophet. Earlier today, I was walking. First, I told them that you can't say because he's drunk that he is not speaking truth. You see what I'm saying? And that's where we as people tend to do. We judge them and measure them for their outer man and not their inner. And that's why y'all son heads with the spirit of discerning. And with his ruach, can we try the spirit by the spirit? Nobody on this face of this earth can try a spirit by the spirit without the ruach being in them. So the church and all these people, learned people, and all these people think that they can try the spirit by the spirit. No, you can't. Because you could be the spirit of devil trying the spirit of devil. And that's what you see a lot on this devil platform. Trying the spirit by the spirit is a gift, ability for you to try your spirit by someone else's spirit. How? Because the Holy Spirit that's in you, helping your spirit try their spirit. Without the Holy Spirit, you cannot try the spirit by the spirit. This is a spirit thing, y'all. So as I was telling them that they shouldn't have been ridiculing him because he's drunk, I say the way he breaking it down and the way he's speaking it, it is true. I say now, and you're measuring him based on the things he said and that he's in his drunkenness. Just imagine if that man was sober. He can tell you something. You see? So I was explaining to them my earlier to that day, I was walking and the dog, and the father told me about the voices in the land and about his voice and being able to understand the voices. See, a lot of you all don't know that the ability of the Ruach would allow you to hear behind hearing, because the Ruach is about spiritual things. It don't want you to take on going to find a car and signing a loan into something that's going to put you in a situation, or the car might not be good, or the car might have this or whatever. Through the spirit of him in you would translate to your spirit, and your spirit inform your flesh. But your flesh has to be receiving of your spirit. And that's why the flesh has to be subjected to the spirit. And that's why I'm against men wanting women to be submit to them. Y'all never wanted the flesh to be submitted to flesh. He wanted the spirit to be submitted to spirit. You get what I'm saying? That's what he wanted. He didn't want a man's flesh, a woman's flesh, to be submitted to a man's flesh. That's fleshly. That's Satan seed. That's worldly. He wanted us to be submitted spirit-wise. That's why equally yoked is not flesh on flesh. It's spirit on spirit. First and foremost, equal. That spills out into your lifestyle in the flesh. And this is what people don't understand, and they don't care to understand, and they don't need to understand. It's finished. It's over. Everything is where he wanted it to be for his namesake. So a lot of people don't understand his namesake means I do it. It's really I am. So what? I am. I do it for my namesake. Have I created the curse on y'all tails? For my namesake. He constantly telling us throughout this book, my namesake. My namesake. And we take, when he say my namesake, as, oh, we special, we this and we this and we this. No, baby. It's not just talking to Israel and Judah. It's talking to the whole world, the things that I have done was for my name's sake. That's why a woman was not created for a man, nor a man for a woman. You were created for Yah name's sake, to bring the will, his will out. That's why he created a help to meet the man, to see Yah's will through. That's what it's all about. So I was just giving you that little something, because I always tell people about that. To me, that's like a little testimony that early that morning he let me hear that dog, and he was like saying, even a dog, this is what he said. He said, even a dog can send you a sign. And I'm telling you that, and let me tell you how long ago that was. That was about 29 years ago. Do it still live in me? Yes. When you have enough testimony around you, your waist, you can tell somebody something. A lot of people who's teaching and preaching don't have spiritual testimonies. They have their life testimonies. And a lot of times their life is matching everybody else's life. So where is the real testimony? And the real testimony is when Spirit pull up in your life, and he gets the glory and the credit from redeeming you, or bringing you to where you at, or brought you to this understanding and brought you this. That's why we have to focus on always giving the glory and honor to he that sits on that throne. He is not going to share his glory and his honor. And as you read Revelation chapter 5, you can see that. It shows you the right hand. I'm like saying, you showing up, ain't you? Then you see the right hand again. Oh, you showing up. He letting you know he that sits on the throne is the right hand. And if you knew what the right hand is, then you'll know what he means. So he's checking us. See, I'm the right hand. I'm all the power. Then he tell you, and here I am. And then all of a sudden, who pull up? The Lamb. And even whatever glory they gave, songs they sung to the Lamb, and bow down to the Lamb, you also see how Yah turned out getting the full glory. He went and had to tell you, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and 10,000. What you mean? The number of them that what? Was around the throne praising him. See? So it'll outride the way you see and the way you teach this. So people won't forgive. And that's but what I also learned about Yeshua, the Lamb, they don't give him no glory. They don't give him that honor. They don't give him that praise. They don't give him no bless, no nothing. Even though it says it was given to him, they don't give it. They don't give it to him, because to give him that, then that means they have to reverse everything they have ever taught. And therefore, not even that, they have to reverse their whole life, because you have to be able to understand what his purpose was. His purpose was to be the Lamb slaughtered for the blood sacrifice. Now watch this. Now here go the Lamb. Let me go get something right quick. I know this might sound crazy, but I'm gonna let you go, but I'm just gonna give you this small example. I went and got a gown that I have. Okay, now see right here, I'm gonna double it. Here you go. Here you go. This is the Lamb. He's holding him just like this here. Blood dripping out of his mouth. This is the Lamb. And a lot of times when shepherds slaughter a lamb, where do they put them? They don't go carrying them like this. They don't go carrying them like this. They put them back here and they ride them on their shoulder. And to keep them balanced, they hold here. And this is the Lamb right here. And I represent he that sits on the throne. This is the Son of Yah that was carrying the Son of Man, which was the Lamb. So the Lamb was slaughtered for the sacrifice to represent the blood. But guess what? He could have came and gone as a child, still representing the blood. But he came to even show us a way to walk, show us a way to talk. The shore is a way of life, and not life, yeah, of life, and how to live, how to touch the hem of our Father and his Father's glory. He showed us how. But you would not get not one person on this devil platform, teaching and preaching to you in that way, shape, and form. Because for them to preach that to you, then they have to become that. So this lamb that was around the neck, he needed Emmanuel. He needed the beloved son. He needed the Son of Yah, which is Christ, to take him to the throne. And that's why he got in Gethsemane and start feeling it. Feeling it what way? Human. Human. Those emotions that come with being a human. He started to feel it. Because in my mind, I'm like, why do they need to stay away or say you don't want them to fall asleep? It didn't make sense to me. He's starting to feel himself as a human. That's why when he went down to pray and said, take away this bitter cup. Oh, not my will, but thy will. You see? Who was he talking to? He was talking to the one that was carrying him to the cross. And that's why he was speaking, saying, Abba, Abba, why have thou forsaken me? He's still talking to the one that carried him to the cross. That's why he tell you it's quickly said. Nobody didn't take nothing from me. I laid my life down. And the world really still don't get it. Nobody still gets it. They still don't get it. Why? Because it's kingdom understanding. It's not earthly understanding. It's not earthly wisdom. It's not earthly knowledge. It's kingdom, spiritual. And I was like, that really, if someone was to say that, what will be the purpose? It's to make them check, go back and look. I laid my life down. No one took my life. I laid it down. What is that saying to me? Not to you, but to me, the one that is spiritual. What does that mean? That means you got to go back to the kingdom. He was the angel sacrificed. And he laid there as a dumb, slaughtered. Was it the dumb? Something like this. It said slaughtered for the mission to come down thousands of years later as a lamb in human flesh to represent the blood. So he's letting you know, he's checking you. Nobody ruled nothing down here. You sat and y'all seen, y'all heard, y'all ain't seen, but y'all heard about the lamb slaughtered. You better get it right and get it. Get it right in the spirit realm. The lamb was slaughtered before the foundation of the world, and then before it was done, it tells you he was made a little lower than all the other angels for the sacrifice. See, they still don't understand. He was simply an angel used for a mission. Just like you and I, we all are angels and still don't get it. And there are many of our angels that came down here that represent the serpent seed, but they represent the serpent seed from the kingdom, not from the earth. So I want to lay that out to you too. Why? Because heaven orchestrates the beginning to the end. Satan don't write nothing. Satan ain't got no seeds. So Sister Deborah, I appreciate each and every last one of you. I hope you got something out of it. And I will be back at 7 p.m. Central Time with another message. So I say you all have a beautiful Sabbath, and I will be back. Shalom and shalom.